Finally. Get some, quality, I've recommended to the mayor that she take a break from her labors, but she has stated that alleviating the citizen concern and bringing back peace to Pose comes first. I couldn't be more happy that Mary Mabel has matured into such a fine young woman, but I do wish that she would take better care of herself sometimes. Going around, checking out Ma'am Mabel. I have a female friend by the name of Murano. Her father was aboard the airliner that went missing. I am sure that they have a lot of other people also worried about family members who still haven't returned. There's a high possibility that these burglars and Sky Bandits may be one and the same. I hope this investigation can yield us some pertinent information about this group. Yay! My controller's back. I can once again... Oh, were you back already? You gave me quite a surprise. It was unprecedented to hear that some of our bracers had been taken into custody during an investigation. The General Morgan, I tell you. We're sorry to make you worry like that. Oh, never mind that. I'm just glad you're back safe. I was even considering protesting in the Royal City throughout our main branch. But Mayor Mabel managed to smooth everything over before that could happen. Was it really such a big deal? Think about it, Estelle. In the Liberal Kingdom, the Bracer Guild's right to investigate crimes is recognized by law. Therefore, the General's action would have been in direct defiance of the system of rules that governs the kingdom. Well, at least these things have settled down for as a result of this. Sorry, I had to go look at my phone. Now... It looks like flights have started back up again. Now we can finally head to Ruan. I finally got to stop keeping an eye out on my wife's shopping habits. Personally, I think people should live a little bit more modestly than my wife does. Due to an airliner flights being cancelled, I've had way more than my fill of shopping. Looks like my husband's about to have a heart attack after seeing how much I bought. I've heard rumors that the Army has filled the missing airliner. I wonder what happened to my fiancée. And what about my other passengers? What's that you say? The city was hit up by some burglars? What a despicable bunch, trying to make a profit stealing from others. I sure hope someone hurries up and catches those crooks. My mom caught me sneaking into the market and yelled at me. My husband was the one who said, let's start this business to begin with. And right at the last minute, he shoved everything on me and ran back to the village by himself, leaving me to shoulder the burden. What in the world was he thinking running off? Well, cut ran like that. I wonder if my mommy wants to see my father. Sometimes I can see this look of loneliness in her face. It appears that we've got the army coming and going in town now. I can't stand that repugnant group within the pretentious attitudes. It looks Looks like we had some members of the army here in the market. I wonder if this was some sort of trouble. It does not look like there's anything in particular for sale at any of these stores lately. But this is no time to shirk my duties. This is for the future of my home budget. And who knows, there may just be a bargain in there somewhere. Meat, vegetables, fish. I wonder what I should make for supper tonight. I gotta think about what to do for a side dish. Whether we have to deal with burglars, Royal Army, or whatever. I wonder if that queen would ever entertain the idea of making a holiday where we don't have to think about side dishes. I hear there were some burglaries in the South Block. All of the well-established shops were situated on that street. It's odd to see the border garrison directly involved instead of bracers. I wonder if it has anything to do with the recent burglaries and missing airliner. I hope these burglaries and the missing airliner incident get resolved. Nothing good has happened around here for the last several months. With all the soldiers flooding the South Block, there's not much room to do any shopping there. I plan to go see some augment engraving work, but I guess I'll have to go to the Moe's Market instead. Oh, pooh. The ancient dragons that lived before the Great Collapse. It almost seems as if they moved themselves from this land of their own volition.
I hear the southern shopping distance is got trashed by bandits. It's all because Moe's is rich. You get money, you get robbed. Been that way for as long as I can remember.
Looks like the bandits had enough to know that we'd be a lousy target. Do more harm than good to attack us. There are a lot of larger shops and shopkeepers in the South District, but once the sun goes down, the roads are practically deserted. We got raided, all they'd find are a bunch of leftover ingredients. And I think only a mouse would be happy with a hand haul like that.
Seems my workshop was attacked by the bandits as well. Have they no shame? I'm a bit worried about one of my workers, a man named Nigel. Sure he's alright. Nigel? Like Nigel Thornberry?
Got to go upstairs in the guild and see if there's anyone. See if there's any booty up here. Does not appear to be any booty up here. Ah. Yeah, I got that.
Phew. In the past, employees worked together in an effort to gain customer satisfaction. The way young kids think these days sure has changed. By one way or another, things often don't go as expected.
I don't care what the manager says. Today I'm leaving on time and going shopping. I need to blow up some steam from the last time he made me work overtime.
Going into the bathroom.
No booty in here. And no booty in here. Now. Oh. And no booty in here.
Whoa, aren't you? No, I'm sure that you're that guy from before. What's up, my good manager, sir? Thanks for the meal last time. Oh my, didn't I have you rested already? I guess I'm going to have to report you again. Now, let's not do anything brash, my friend. You guys are actually quite blessed. To have an owner with the eyes to recognize the value of an artful man such as myself is quite wondrous, truly. And she is exquisite beauty, is she not? Like a flower in bloom. The future of Auntie Rose is as bright as a veil bathed eternally in the moontime glow of a crisp spring day. I can't believe you defy the owner like that. Tiscus.
My stars, whenever a man in uniform shows up, I can't think but think of the past. It's been a long road for us.
Just pushing your goods on me without even sweetening the pot does not make for a successful negotiation. Given the circumstances, I think a discount is entirely appropriate.
I just can't make a deal here. Why can't I close a deal to save my life? Is it my haircut? Bad buddy owner? Great idiots, do I smell?
I'm not sure what to do now. My lovely Grand Chardonnay was down completely while I was out on break. The owner simply left it off, but I do feel responsible for not safeguarding it better.
Not long ago, a very important, very valuable bottle of wine was completely down by a customer. A non-paying customer, 90. That was the first time in a while that I've heard the manager let out his special cry of dismay. It's a shriek, really. Sounds just like a little girl, or someone who's been kicked very smartly in the bagpipes. Like anywhere else, this place is reduced to rubble during the 100 Days War, but it was also the quickest to rebuild when it was over. Of course, there's a reason for that. The merchants all got together and pooled their profits to fund the revival effort. Oh sure, most merchants all love the freedom to earn and spend at will, but when push comes to shove, we all band together every time. I'm proud to have lived my life as a Bose merchant. I don't care much for soldiers. They tend to be boorish and overbearing. Why must they behave so? Why can't they just act their ages? Of course, I know they're not all like that, but still.
I do understand where Marion is coming from, but I find it hard to agree with the assessment. Although they're just shoulders like anyone else, I find the members of the Royal Highness Personal Guards to be most polite and understanding.
Yeah, you keep going on, believing that.
Ah, there was one more.
One more thing?
I heard a shrill scream from the manager the other day, and the stuffed nightmares are made of that. I wonder what happened this time. I often hear that subdued shriek from him when new staff members arrive. Actually, so I suppose there's nothing to worry about.
Our prize Grand Chardonnay was drunk, in full, free of charge, and the owner seemed not to care at all. She's about my age, so how could she have her head so high in the clouds about this? Our manager, by contrast, practically swallowed his son. I've never seen anyone look like such an unholy shade of red. Well, I guess such an unnatural cover is a pretty natural reaction, all things considered. Poor guy.
Why do military personnel have to be so arrogant? Braces are much nicer, and that's why I like them. Seems to be rather noisy outside. I wonder if anything happened.
You would wonder if anything had happened.
Although we are trying to conduct worship services this year, it certainly is loud outside. This town never stops being noisy all year long. I can't believe that a sky bandits managed to circumvent our search and just walked right into town and burglarized a bunch of places. We really were outdone this time.
Fortunately, this house was untouched by the burglars. But it's just like times like this that makes you feel uneasy when there's no man at home. I'm just glad that Morano brought Simon over to watch the house.
I was shocked when I heard about the south block being hit by burglars. Morano's mother was here alone, you see.
Now that we got burglars running amok in the city, I swear what's happening to Bose. I'm just glad they left the house alone, though I'm baffled why. They certainly didn't do their homework in the city.
I'm trying to ask a few questions here. Would you mind getting out of the way? I'm not trying to be rude, but this is an official investigation. Move it along. Are you bracers here to ask a few questions yourselves? This is the best follow-up of us, I tell you. We'll be done with our questioning here soon. How about sitting tight until we finish? Lucia factory. The horrible factory. It looks like the store was hit by the burglars as well. I guess this isn't the time to be talking about business deals. My factory! My factory and all my goods! They're gone! I have to report this to the army of the Racing Guild ASAP! Now hold on just a minute. If either one of those groups saw what's written in that stolen letter, yikes, I'd be in a world of hurt.
Yay! This turned out really cute. Niall, is this how you wanted this one?
Yeah, sure. Something like that. However, we really got screwed, you know that?
Good afternoon. Are you working on another story? Looks like you two are on the trail of a scoop again.
Ha! It's you kids.
Oh, it's Still and Joshua. Boy, am I glad to see that they let you out of the clinker.
Yeah, I heard about all you kids being arrested by the army up at the old mine. They certainly had me worried.
Why are you acting like you had nothing to do with it? It was your info that led us to the village.
Hey now, what kind of face is that? Don't tell me you blame us.
Did you go and check out the abandoned mine yourself? Yes, we did. Yesterday. But it was after you all had already been hauled off.
We could have had a really great shot of your arrest had we been there. It really guts me that we missed such a perfect opportunity for a great shot.
I swear, you people in the news business. But anyway, I was wondering if you thought this looked like the handiwork of Sky Bandits.
Sure looks that way to me. Seems like the army's sniffing around for clues too. But to be honest, it looks like there's nothing to be found here anymore.
I see. That does make things a bit more difficult. Well, Mr. Reporter, why don't you let me ask you this, then? Do you know from whence the Sky Bandits entered town?
According to witness statements, they were seen leaving through the west gate.
Well, that's certainly strange. The Mayos residents at Bose Market are right through the west gate, and it seems like attacking those two places would be far more lucrative.
When you put it that way, that does make a lot of sense. But if you don't mind me asking, who the heck are you anyway?
Ha! I'm glad you asked. I'm Olivier Lionheim, a wandering bard and gifted musician. I'm sure you've heard rumors about me, right? Oh, right. You're the guy who drank wine without paying at that classy restaurant. It takes guts to stiff such a big bill. It's an honor to meet you, sir.
Ha ha ha, you're making me blush. I'm ready for my interview anytime, so don't hesitate to ask.
Wow, really? I'm getting a headache just listening to this crap. These two are very much alike.
I'm not even gonna ask how this guy wound up with the rest of you.
That would be for the best. Well, it looks like the burger's made up with me anyway. I could have sworn that my boss locked up last night. The newest model of camera on display here was stolen. Do you think the Sky Bandits have an interest in photography?
Thanks to your shenanigans, the pages of the next issue are going to be filled with some real gripping headlines. Let me know if you get any other scoops.
The woman living here said he had a precious memento taken by these crooks. Oops, me and my big mouth. Let's pretend I didn't just tell you that. What I meant to say is, why don't you just ask her about it after I get done here?
I'll be done here in a minute, so would you kids mind keeping your nose out of things? Hey, you there.
Mind, is something wrong?
I thought I'd better give you a word of advice. Even if you are here representing the mayor, at the end of the day, you're all still civilians. We cannot have you wandering around here in the middle of our investigation.
Who do you think you're talking to? Your advice seems to be rather more like a threat.
I'm just saying you need to know your place. But if you're so adamant about investigating the matter, then doing it after we're cleared out of here. If we get any more trouble out of you, then I'm going to have to give you a personal invitation to jail.
Forget about it, Estelle. There's no use arguing with these gentlemen. Ha! For an ass in a lion's skin, you sure know how to throw your weight around, Mr. Soldier.
What did you just say?
May I ask what's going on here?
Colonel.
For a soldier in the prestigious Royal Army to be threatening our good citizens, that is an outright embarrassment to us all.
But these aren't just civilians, sir. They're members of the Bracer Guild.
Oh, is that so? Then I ask you once again, what is going on here? The army is supposed to be working closely with the guild. What do you intend to accomplish by being rude to our allies?
But as far as the general is concerned...
Ah yes, the side of the general really concerns of me. I'll take over the investigation from here, so please take your men and clear out.
But sir...
Your men have been here since early this morning, so I presume that a sufficient investigation has been conducted by now. Yes? I'll smooth things over with the general later. Is there anything else you wish me to address?
No, sir. Alright, men, pack it up. We're returning to the Haken Gate.
It looks like that. It seems that some of our personnel were rather impolite. Please allow me to apologize. I appreciate the gesture. But we just made some slight inflammatory remarks as well, so how about we let bygones be bygones? That suits me just fine. As I stand before, the army is supposed to be working closely with the guild. I think there are two organizations working together grants us each the ability to make up for the other's shortcomings. I'm looking forward to any progress you make with the recent series of events. Thank you. We'll do what we can. He seems like a decent guy. Yeah, wonder who he is. Colonel, it's almost the appointed time. Oh, already? Excuse me, but it appears I must take my leave. Oh, but before I do, it looks like I haven't properly introduced myself. I'm Alan Richard, a colonel in the Royal Army. If there's anything I can do to assist you, please don't hesitate to contact me. Colonel Richard? I feel like I've heard that name somewhere before. That was the one who mentioned his name earlier. He still said something about him being a sharp young hostler. He leads the Royal Army's Intelligence Division.
Oh, right. Well, for someone in the military, he sure does know how to listen to others. Probably in his mid-30s. He's not hard on the eyes, either. He seems like he's more fit to be a politician than a service member in the army. Hey, you guys! What's all that just talking in the black uniform? I can swear I've seen him somewhere before. Are you trying to tell me you didn't recognize him at all? That was Colonel Richard, of the Intelligence Division. You know, the guy you mentioned earlier. What? You're not pulling my leg, are you? As fun as that would be, nope. He said so himself, so I'm fairly confident he is who he says he is. To think that the legend himself would show up here. We can't wait around here like this any longer, Dorothy. Let's see if we can catch up to him. Aye, aye, sir. Though I'm really not sure why we're chasing after anyone. Do you see his eyes light up? I wonder if he's going to do an interview or something. Haha. Anyone else in the army would brush him off, but I'm sure the colonel will oblige him. What is the matter with you, Olivier? You look serious, and I gotta say, I find it creeping coming from you. I was just thinking about the colonel. I'll be the first to admit that he's quite the specimen of a man. But what? But, in the butt. I can say with confidence that he doesn't stand a chance against me when it comes to the ladies. But I like to see him try just a little harder. It's no fun without a romantic rival. You just had to ask, Joshua. I'll regret it for the rest of my life. Haha. Alrighty, let's see here. Now the soldiers are gone, how about we resume our own investigation? Start by talking to all the people we couldn't talk to earlier. Good idea. Now, for all you guys listening on YouTube, had a lot of technical difficulties this morning. I was putting my son to bed last night when someone, suddenly masked man, kicked in the door and came storming in. I didn't tell my husband because I didn't want him to worry, but my ring, which was from my mother, was taken. A bunch of strangers came into the house without asking. My mom and I were scared, so we hid under the bed. But anyway, as I was saying to you people watching this on YouTube after the fact, I will be doing a little bit shorter today because I had major technical difficulties. Why, the goddess? First an airliner goes missing and then we get a bunch of burglaries. I wonder what will be next. The Cecilia resuming flights is about the only good thing happening. Although, as long as the international lines with the Empire don't reopen, the merchants can't reopen our businesses. I got a real surprise last night. When I went to open the window and let in some fresh air, there were some masked men staring right in at me. And he wasn't alone either. There were a bunch of others with him. There were some burglars around here yesterday. It seems like my mom was sure saw the culprit too. The army was asking about it until just a little while ago. See, I'm showing you how it's supposed to be done. Oh dear me! Weren't you the bracers who came to ask questions not that long ago? Oh right, we did come before. I'm really sorry I couldn't talk to you then. So what you came to ask about is what happened last night, right? Yes, that's right. Is this a good time for you? Yes, it's as good as a time of any. It was the middle of the night, you see, when I heard a noise coming from outside. And I, of course, thought it was my husband coming home at such a late hour. I opened the door and started yelling.
But it turned out to be a group of masked men coming out of the Orbital factory across the road. I thought my heart was plumb going to stop right then and there. Although it turned out to be the burglars who were rather surprised and ran away to the north. I see. So, it was the Sky Bandits, huh? So, from what you're saying then, is that this house didn't incur a loss of any kind? Yes, thanks to the mercy of the goddess. Can I ask you another thing? Did your husband come home this late mean that he went to the bar? If it was only that, that would be forgivable. In addition to being a no-good drinker, he's obsessed with this. Huh? Oh, I get it. You mean fishing, right? I see now. That's right. We were fishing he loves fishing more than life itself. Just yesterday, he said something about catching some smelt and took off to the lake to the south. On top of that, he still hasn't come back. Yeah, so what you're saying is, he doesn't know anything about the incident? That's exactly what I'm saying. And when that good-for-nothing husband of mine gets home, I'm going to get him what for? Let me tell you.
Honey.
Hi, honey. I'm home. Ooh, what a day I had. I was fishing patiently all morning, but I have nothing to show for it. Oh, what's this? Do we have a guess? You senile old man! My goodness, woman. What kind of fiery tempest has gotten into you? Don't you know it's rude to act like that in front of guests? If anyone's being rude, that would be you. I'm done found out that my own husband can take off to do what he likes at a time like this.
Huh?
What do you mean by a time like this?
Maybe I should explain. Burglaries by Sky Bandits, you don't say? Now that is terrible. But to think that they hightail it out of here after my wife hollered at them is hilarious. Haha, guess I got to experience the Cecile effect firsthand.
What did you just say? Let's all come down now, shall we? But to think that these Sky Bandits came in last night as they did, and then just disappeared like that? I wonder if it has anything to do with the thing he was talking about the other day. Huh? What do you mean? Oh, right, you don't know. He is my fishing buddy. He's staying at the inn down at the lakeshore, to the south of you. If I remember correct, he said something about seeing a strange bunch in the place the other night.
A strange bunch.
Now that sounds really interesting. Can you tell us a bit more about what you heard? Sure, don't mind. Just going to tell you front, all this is hearsay. From what I've heard, he just happened to see them by chance as he was out fishing during the night. He saw them leave by way of the inn's front door, and then out into the road. However, when he asked around about the inn and the order, it turned out that no one like that had stayed there the night before. Yeah, that is rather odd. So is any type of burglary at the inn? No, nothing of the sort at all, in fact. It's quiet there, the meals are great, and as well, a place I'd recommend to anyone. But best of all, it's a prime fishing spot. Though there weren't any definite clues related to the incident, we did manage to hear a few interesting bits.
I concur. I especially like the one that described the delicious food at the end.
That's not what we're talking about here. Although I did find the fishing part to be rather interesting. Unfortunately, there's nothing going on there, and I guess it won't be worth investigating. Actually, I think it's quite the opposite. If someone had been careless and caused a problem, the Army would have thoroughly investigated. Conversely, the possibility of the Sky Bandits appearing when there's nothing happening is rather high. Oh, well, I guess that's one way to think about it. And in light of the series of incidents, there's either a spy in the Army or the Sky Bandits a really clever bunch of thieves. It'd be extremely difficult to corner them only by investigating the incidents which have occurred. We need to get one step ahead of them by tracking their movements. I see. So what you're saying is we should take an offensive stance rather than a defensive one.
Then how about we get going? off to the beautiful Valeria Lake. Extolled by many, a rhyme as the Pearl of Le Burl. And that is what we shall do. After tying into Kawano again. The Kingfisher Inn can be reached by heading south from town and following the new Ansel path. Structures built right on the lakeshore, so you'll know it as soon as you see it. No matter how many times I yell at my husband about his addiction, he still takes off to go fishing again. I'm just about ready to give up. There's something that really gets my goat about seeing him come walking through the door, such a carefree look on his face. Gets your goat, huh? I know my husband's always out and about, but having him around makes me feel please come home safely. Murano had an errand and went to the mayor's residence. The mayor and Murano were actually been good friends for as long as anyone can remember. Yep. My account ledgers were confiscated by the army. This is bad, really bad. Now hold on, maybe I'm not in such trouble as I previously thought. Thankfully those Sky Bandits took off with one that would have gotten me in the most trouble. Now, there's a place called the Neville Valley in the northeast Bowes region. It's a place where the fog never clears throughout the entire day. Beyond its complete geography of mountains and valleys, it's quite a strange spectacle to get a whole look at. The city of Bowes was destroyed and occupied by the Empire in a war 10 years ago. However, Mayor Maybell's father, in other words, the previous mayor, took the helm and made extensive efforts to rebuild the city, with the help of other merchants like himself. While merchants are generally only care about making a few quick beer, this was the first time in history that many came together like this. It seems as though this was the time that Mayor Maybell made the decision to follow in her father's footsteps. Looking for... According to Mayor Maybell, the missing airliner appears to be the work of the Sky Bandits. If it's a ransom they're after, then it's probably a pretty safe bet to say that my father is still alive. I know my father won't be so worried about him after hearing this. Murano was just asking me about the situation in Bowes Market. It appears that the effects of the missing airliner incident are further reaching than I had imagined, and the look on your faces tell me that you found something. You could really tell that by just looking at our faces? Well, we didn't get anything for certain, but we did manage to gather a little information. We should be able to give you some sort of report in the near future. We might just be swinging an empty air on this one. But I'd like you to hold on just a little longer while we see what we can dig up. Sure, I'll be looking forward to see what you come up with. Whatever you do, please be careful. Oh, so you're heading for the wing on the lakeshore, are you? Then all you need to do is follow the new Ansel path by heading south from here. The inn is right there on the shore of Valeria Lake, so you can't miss it. Be careful on your way there. Now, for those of you listening on YouTube,
later on. This video is going to be a little bit shorter than most because I had a lot of technical issues on the first 2 times I tried this stream. And the stream kind of, well, it didn't play too nicely with me. Kept accidentally exiting out of the... My camera wasn't working, and I might get the story elements down at Malaria Lake done, but anyway, as I was saying, so this is happening a lot later than it normally does. So this is the North Shore of Malaria Lake, huh? It certainly seems peaceful and quiet around here. The inn doesn't look too shabby either. I stayed here once before when I was in the area on another job. The wine's great, the rooms are nice, pretty much what you expect from a place like this. Too bad this isn't a pleasure trip. You mean it's not? I at least intended to cast my cares to the wind for a while. Taking catnaps in a rocking boat by day and filling my belly with food and wine by night. Heaven. This is what a vacation is all about. Haha. Come on, everyone, I was just joking. We can enjoy a vacation anytime, but now is the only time we can enjoy taking care of some would-be thieves. Even I, Olivier Leinheim, know enough to get my priorities high. I don't think this has anything to do with enjoyment or not. Heh. Well, whatever, as long as he does his share of the work he's here to do. Let's see if we can find the old man staying here that loves fishing. The guest who said he saw some suspicious individuals here 2 nights ago, right? Had to do like a restart and a bunch of stuff with... Yeah. There's a guy who likes fishing, but I think before I do that whole thing, I will save and exit. Thank you very much. It's time for me to